I've been the #1 contender to fight for the WBC for 3 years already. What they were offering Canelo, they were offering him close to 60 million. I think that's even before pay-per-view buys. After pay-per-view buys, it would have been a fucking killing. I wasn't getting nothing, no percentage. I was getting a fee of $5 million. I pay out all my people. I think I'm left over with 3.5 before taxes. You know what I mean? So I was fine with that. I was completely fine with that. This guy was taking everything. He was literally taking everything. I'm not saying that he shouldn't. I mean, if he's entitled to, he's entitled. I don't give a fuck. I wanted the opportunity. But if they're giving him 60 million here, it doesn't have anything to do with promotions, pain, or none of that. Canelo don't want to fight. Like, it's crazy how you guys can't see that. Some of the fans can't see that. He don't want to fight.
That was David Benavidez on The Boxing Voice, revealing that Canelo Alvarez turned down 60 million guaranteed, plus pay-per-view. Not just plus pay-per-view, but plus 100% of the pay-per-view revenue. Meaning David Benavidez was only going to receive the minimum of his guarantee, which is $5 million. A flat fee, that's it, that's all. All of David Benavidez's pay-per-view money is going to go straight to Canelo Alvarez's pocket. Meaning Canelo Alvarez was going to get paid his salary for the fight and David Benavidez's salary, minus $5 million. For example, let's say the pay-per-view sold more than 2 million pay-per-view buys. Well, guess what? David Benavidez is only going to get that $5 million guarantee. He won't even get a penny from the pay-per-view revenue. On the other hand, Canelo Alvarez, he's going to receive all of the money from the pay-per-view revenue. His portion and David Benavidez's portion, which that's easily going to be over 100 million, plus his 60 million guarantee. That's 160 million at the very least if they are that successful on pay-per-view. Well, guess what? Canelo Alvarez turned all of that down against David Benavidez. Well, the myth, the legend, the one and only Mike Tyson himself, he came out giving his thoughts on Canelo Alvarez turning down that amount of money to fight the Mexican monster David Benavidez. Remember, it was Mike Tyson that gave David Benavidez that nickname. Well, Mike Tyson said, quote, "I can't believe what I just heard. Canelo rejected $60 million to fight Benavidez, who is a tremendous fighter, young, strong, with hunger and Mexican pride. What's wrong with Canelo? Is he afraid of losing? Question mark. Doesn't he want to give the fans the fight they want to see? Question mark. Don't you want to give the fans the fight they want to see? Question mark. Do you not respect the legacy of the great Mexican champions who face the best regardless of the money? Question mark. This is a shame for boxing and for Mexico. If I were him, I would accept the fight with Benavidez and show the world that he is the best. But it seems he doesn't have the courage to do it. It is a shame because he has a lot of talent, but he lacks heart." End of the quote. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Mike Tyson said in the most respectful way that he has zero respect for Canelo Alvarez, who lives by his motto, no ducking, no life. Listen, Canelo Alvarez is truly earning his name, the duck of boxing, the face of ducking in the sport of boxing. That's what Canelo Alvarez is being recognized as. The way he's ducking David Benavidez for the past 5 years and the way he has been maneuvering his entire career around the best fighters that he should have had fought. Canelo has never been the best at any weight class he competed in. At 154, 160, 168, and 175, Canelo was never the best, and he turned down the opportunities to fight the best fighters in each weight class, since Canelo doesn't believe he's the best, nor that he would have had won, because if he did, he would have had taken them fights in a heartbeat. Just look at Canelo Alvarez today. At 168, the best fighters are David Benavidez and David Morrell. And he's scared to death from David Benavidez turning down his biggest payday by far, which included David Benavidez's payday in it. Canelo was going to get paid both his payday and David Benavidez's payday when it came to the pay-per-view revenue. Even then, Canelo did not grow the cojones to fight the Mexican monster David Benavidez. First, he said he doesn't fight his people. He doesn't fight Mexicans. Well, ironically, Canelo's next fight is going to be against another Mexican, in Jaime Munguia, who haven't proved a freaking thing in the sport of boxing besides being vulnerable and losing to Deveryachenko, however, robbing him in the process. Canelo is fighting that Mexican without any problem, but he has a problem with fighting the Mexican Benavidez. Notice how Canelo told David Benavidez, if you want to earn a fight with me, you need to fight more people. You haven't fought anybody. But he doesn't tell Munguia that. And ironically, David Benavidez already debunked that excuse as well, since he already fought Caleb Plant and Demetrius Andrade within the same year on pay-per-view last year. The same guy Canelo Alvarez ducked for an entire decade, Demetrius Andrade. Canelo avoided him at 154 when Canelo was the mandatory for Andrade, who was the champion. However, Canelo turned down that fight until Demetrius Andrade vacated the title, and ironically, Canelo ended up fighting Smith for the vacant title instead of Andrade. Then at 160, Canelo avoided Andrade again by turning down his biggest payday at the time of $40 million guaranteed for Undisputed. After Canelo said, being the first Mexican undisputed middleweight champion of all time is a dream of his, is a goal of his, until Andrade became the WBO champion against Saunders, who tested positive for PEDs. It took the Mexican monster David Benavidez to come save the day for Canelo. And do you guys know Canelo didn't even tell David Benavidez thank you? That's right. That's why Mike Tyson, Chavez Sr., Barrera, Morales, Marquez, and all of the legendary Mexican fighters from Oscar de la Hoya, so on and so forth, they all telling Canelo to grow some cojones and fight the Mexican monster David Benavidez. Floyd Mayweather said Canelo is a duck. Oscar de la Hoya said, man, I will fight Benavidez right now. Marquez told Canelo, stop ducking Benavidez. Morales said, why Canelo keeps bringing up fighters from smaller weight class? He needs to fight fighters in his own weight class, the likes of David Benavidez and David Morrell. And I could go all day talking about the legendary fighters that told Canelo to stop avoiding the Mexican monster David Benavidez, but who has a better say-so than the myth, the legend, the one and only Mike Tyson, who gave Benavidez that nickname. Recently, Mike Tyson told Canelo, you have no heart. You have no courage. Are you afraid to lose? Mike Tyson is pretty much telling Canelo, man, you already lost to both Bivol and Floyd. You didn't avenge either one of them. And you're still afraid to lose? You got nothing to lose. It ain't like Canelo is undefeated. That's why Mike Tyson is thrown off. So you have the baddest man on the planet, Mike Tyson, telling Canelo Alvarez to grow some cojones and fight David Benavidez for his biggest payday and his biggest legacy day. See, Canelo ran out of excuses. He can't say, oh, Benavidez only wants to fight him because of the payday. Payday? You want payday? I know that. Canelo can't do that no more because Benavidez is actually taking a pay cut. Benavidez revealed he was going to make less than he made his last two fights to fight Canelo Alvarez. Why? Because the person who's going to end up receiving the money was Canelo. Canelo was going to receive Benavidez's salary from the Canelo fight. Even then, Canelo Alvarez turned down his biggest payday of $60 million guarantee plus pay-per-view, which ultimately he could have had walked away with over $100 million salary due to the fact the fight was going to be successful on pay-per-view. This is the fight that everyone want to see. However, Canelo turned down his biggest payday for his biggest legacy day because, just like Mike Tyson said, he lacks the heart, he lacks the courage, he lacks the cojones that true fighters have. No ducking, no life for Canelo Alvarez. Like I told you guys, to all of the Canelo Alvarez fans that always compare Canelo to Floyd Mayweather, well, when is Canelo gonna start doing the things Floyd Mayweather did? When Floyd Mayweather was older than Canelo, at 36 years old, he fought the Mexican monster of his time, Canelo, who was a unified champion at the time, 43-0, and 20 pounds naturally bigger than Floyd. That's why Floyd had to move up a division in order to fight Canelo. And guess what Floyd Mayweather did? He did exactly that. He fought Canelo. the Mexican monster of his time. So when is Canelo going to do the same? Canelo doesn't even have to move up a division like Floyd did. Just like Floyd, Canelo can fight whoever he wants to fight. But unlike Floyd, who chose to fight the best every single time in order to host the biggest pay-per-view fights at the time, Canelo, on the other hand, he's choosing to cherry pick instead of fighting the best. Like Mike Tyson told him, the fans want to see the fight. The legendary fighters want to see the fight. The media want to see the fight. The networks want to see the fight. That's why they're offering Canelo that type of money. Heck, at this point, aliens want to see the fight. And Canelo still avoiding David Benavidez. It's already been 5 years, a half a decade already. Benavidez has been Canelo mandatory for over 3 years. So it's time for the WBC to do their job and strip Canelo Alvarez of his WBC title for avoiding David Benavidez. I mean, at this point, if Canelo is not trying to fight the best, the likes of Benavidez and Morrell, he could go ahead and fight Jake Paul, as far as I know. He can fight YouTubers, as far as I know, as long he vacates or gets stripped of the undisputed title, since he doesn't deserve it. Canelo will go down in history as the fighter who made up history. His legacy will always be stained for avoiding the best fighters. He will not go down as a legend. Say whatever you want to say about Canelo, but when you have Mike Tyson, the baddest man on the planet, who respected Canelo in the past, for him to say Canelo doesn't have the heart, he doesn't have the courage, are you afraid? Man, them are heavy words coming from Mike Tyson, the baddest man on the planet. I'm trying to tell you, that makes Canelo look extremely terrible, since even the baddest man on the planet lost respect for him due to all of the ducking he has been doing his entire career, especially now. Do you guys know Canelo is trying to fight the mentally ill Jamal Charlo on September? I kid you not. I mean, this man has no respect for the sport, his fans, investors, and the legendary fighters that want him to fight the best like they did. See, Mike Tyson come from the time you give him $30 million, he will fight Hercules and Kratos on the same night. Remember, Mike Tyson, a couple years back, he tried to fight Tyson Fury in an exhibition when Mike was like 56 years old already. And it was Tyson Fury that turned down the fight because he wanted more money. Not Mike Tyson. It was Tyson Fury that turned down the fight because of money. Therefore, that tells you everything you need to know on why they call Mike Tyson the baddest man on the planet. And the way Mike Tyson was speaking on Canelo, I think Canelo done earned the name, the biggest duck on the planet. That's why he is the face of ducking in the sport. No ducking, no life for Canelo Alvarez. That's his motto in the sport of boxing. So to all of you Canelo Alvarez fans, is Floyd Mayweather Chavez Sr., Mike Tyson, Oscar De La Hoya Hopkins, and all of the legendary fighters are hating on Canelo? I guess all of the real boxing fans that want to see the best fight the best in the sport are hating on Canelo too, for simply wanting him to fight the best instead of cherry pick for once. Or are you Canelo fans are going to start lying again by claiming PBC doesn't have any money, even though Canelo is back on PBC to fight Jaime Munguia? After all, it turned out that it was DAZN, the network, who didn't have the money, not PBC, since DAZN insulted Canelo with the offer they offered him. According to Canelo team, his trainer, Eddie Reynoso, he said Eddie Hearn insulted him with the offer he gave him for Canelo to fight on DAZN against Munguia and Edgar Berlanga. So why don't you guys say DAZN is broke, like you guys said PBC is broke, even though they offering Canelo $60 million guarantee plus pay-per-view? How can you be broke and offer that type of money? Better yet, how can PBC be broke if Canelo as a free agent is back on PBC to fight a DAZN fighter in Jaime Munguia? That's a rhetorical question. With the facts being laid out, drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe below. And to be continued on the next episode of Akhi TV. Peace out. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Benavidez could beat everybody.
Does he beat Canelo in your opinion?
I think he beats everybody he gets in the ring with. So I don't have to say nobody's name or anything. Canelo got to stop picking his own opponents, man. Fight that guy Benavidez. Yeah, but he did good his last fight, but the guy he fought with like soft. I want to see him fight one of those guys.
David Benavidez is pretty good.
Ooh, Benavidez, Canelo's be ducking.
Well, tell me, so like, what's the difference now from like your era to today? Like, what's the difference? Is it because of the promoters, the TV networks that everybody not matching up?
Yourself.
No one was afraid of anyone. Everyone really believed they can beat him.
But it's a business, more business, it's more money than ever before.
Floyd Mayweather changed the game of it when he turned into the pretty boy.
Yeah, that was cool too. But he had to get in that ring and fight too. He had to fight the best competitor. He wiped everybody out. And that's why he's who he is. He beat everybody. He beat everybody I thought would give him a chance. He just wiped everybody out. Nobody can even match him. The best. He didn't pick guys. He took the best. Yeah. Even the guys I picked against him. He beat everybody, made everybody wrong.
Right.
And that's why he's who he is. Yeah, but Floyd, Floyd's just a bad nigga. Even though people don't like him, they got to give him his fucking praise.
Like him.
You got to give him his praise.
He just definitely mastered the marketing.
Absolutely.
The marketing field of boxing.
Absolutely.
Like, he turned boxing into like you market yourself. Now Jake Paul.
Yeah, for real. He did change the game.